I mean, when the market's done this well, at some point you're going to have something negative happen. It can't stay positive like this forever. So pullbacks are natural. Pullbacks are good. That gives you a chance to jump in and buy some more assets for your family. Also, bank stocks have started rallying ahead of the earnings announcements. So that means the market expects these numbers to be strong. That'll be yet to be told. If they're not strong, then you're going to see major crashes in that area. Deutsche Bank is warning of something called the summer crisis season, and that is where they argue that liquidity, that the markets have become less liquid. That and we've talked about liquidity in class. Liquidity matters. It's very important. It's the ease with which assets can be converted into cash without a high transaction cost. So that basically is your ability to trade. That's your ability to find a buyer for something that you're selling and find a seller for something that you're buying. So the liquidity is thinning out relative to what it normally is. They're also arguing that there's uncertainty around earnings, which there is, thanks to Donald Trump because he loves tariffs. I have no idea why our president's obsessed with tariffs. I just think that there are other things he could be obsessed with. Um, and um, and also they're mentioning some other things going on in terms of expecting a volatility spike. So a volatility spike tends to be connected to downward movement in the market. So you have a spike in volatility, higher correlations, a little bit of a market crash. So don't be surprised if you see the market kick you in the butt a little bit. So if you're worried about this, then you may want to go ahead and buy some put options, stop loss orders, do some things to protect yourself. I did a training called Stormproof Investing to kind of prepare your portfolio for the pullback if that bothers you. So feel free to go to stormproofinvesting.com. That's stormproofinvesting.com. What else? In addition to that, there's inflation data coming out for the Fed minutes on the 15th. The Fed's going to release CPI numbers. That's a big deal. And also, there's numbers coming out for jobs and payrolls and stuff like that. That's going to be interesting in terms of figuring out what's happening with the economy. And so, right now, there are with the trade tensions, the global markets are kind of nervous and on edge. But this is kind of par for the course right now until the White House decides to create certainty in the trade relationships. And also, the other thing too, though, is that big beautiful bill, which was criticized correctly because it was increasing the deficit. One thing it did do, though, is it created a very corporate friendly environment. They get additional write offs. There's reduced regulation. So you're gonna typically see in environments like that, you're gonna see a rise in stock prices. And you're going to see a rise in crypto. And then if the Fed steps in and decides to lower interest rates, then you're going to see that all that become catalysts for the market. And so those of you that are investing consistently, even when the rest of the economy is suffering, you're going to still be making money because you're a stock market investor because you're smart. So congratulations on being smart. One more stock I'll mention that I'm going to buy. Mainly because I just kind of feel like there's a reason to buy it is Apple. I bought some more shares of Apple, and let me tell you why. Apple has just sucked when it comes to AI. Apple has not shown, in my opinion, an ability to truly connect to the AI revolution in an appropriate way. They haven't really. You expect them to be the leaders amongst these hyperscalers. You expect them to be doing what Google's doing, what Meta's doing, what Amazon's doing, and they're not doing any of that. And so there's pressure on Tim Cook, the CEO, to resign. I don't think he's going to resign, nor do I think he should, because even though he hasn't done what he needs to do on AI, he's just created incredible returns for the investors. So there's no reason to really fire this man just because he's a manager and not an innovator like Steve Jobs. But I think that what's going to happen is that Apple's going to pop out and show him. I think Apple's going to really pop up and just say, "Oh, you thought we were playing with you. You thought we fell off." And it's going to be like when Dr. Dre released that song. Remember that? Still, right? I'm still a gangster, still whatever. Apple's going to do that.